Hello, my lovely Sagittarians. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing quite well. I'm getting a bit of a mixed energy from you. On the one hand, I'm getting like Slow Motion by Charlotte Lawrence, that kind of I'm moving on in slow motion, like I can't stop thinking about you, or like you're in my head, or I'm trying not to think about you, I'm trying to move on with my life, and that kind of energy. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily romantic, it could just be some sort of situation, it could be work for some of you, I'm getting. Um, I think there's probably like secrets and mask wearing involved, especially after your last reading. Um, Maybe you've been keeping someone else's secrets, that kind of thing. Perhaps you've had secret feelings for somebody. If that's not right now, this may be a topic that comes up around the 7th or 8th of October for you, because the moon and Venus are both moving into the sign of Sagittarius using the Western calendar. So yeah, you may find secret feelings may be a topic, either yours or somebody else's, and mask wearing and this kind of thing, keeping other people's secrets, that sort of thing. I feel like you're not comfortable with it, Sagittarius, I want to say, because Sagittarius is a very truthful sign, a very honest sign, a very upfront sign, kind of like the foot in the mouth sign, where you blurt things out, you put your foot in it, you say things, without thinking. You're the one that spills all the secrets. So it could be something like that going on for you, where you're having to keep a secret, but it doesn't come naturally to you. So I feel like there's an internal struggle with it. So the song that actually randomized for you though, Sagittarius, was I'm Still Standing by Elton John. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Libra, because Libra had this stuff about standing. They were the brick house. Brick house. Ow. So I don't know if you've got Libra in your chart, or there's a bit of a link there between the two, but they had this thing about still standing, like the tower moment had hit and they were still standing, they were standing firm. They had the firm foundation. So I think there's a similar message coming in for you, Sagittarius, that came in for Libra, about picking up the pieces, kind of picking the blocks up, a bit like if a kid smashes a Lego house, you have to kind of go and get the bits again, but you can rebuild, and you can rebuild something better. I don't know, they're showing me like I don't know if you can ever remember this, or you've ever experienced this with like your own kids, but when you first start building Lego, you often, or children often, put the blocks on top of each other to make like a strip of blocks. So if they're making a wall, it kind of like will fall down, it's just like a freestanding wall. Where like when you start to figure out how to build Lego a bit more firmly, you kind of lay the blocks in more of a brick pattern, more of a zigzag pattern, so it's more stable, and then you kind of like turn the corner pieces in, so the corner pieces don't come away from the other corners. So I don't know, maybe it's home improvements, maybe you're literally building a house, you're a builder, or something like that, but that's what they're showing me. So very similar to Libra's reading there. What they're giving me, they're telling me something. They're building with bricks, not straw. You're building with bricks, not straw, you and Libra. So yeah, but this picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind is what he says in that song, I'm Still Standing, Elton John. Picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. So getting over somebody, actually getting over, moving on, and it may be in slow motion, but you're doing it, right? You're getting I want to say that some of you have, in order to deal with difficult feelings, again, it doesn't have to be love, it just feels like disappointment. It feels like somebody didn't open up to you, or I feel a bit sick all of a sudden. Like it was just a bit secretive. It was a little bit like someone couldn't express the feeling, something like that, and it kept you in pain for a while, but now you're moving on. It's like, I've got to focus on other things. I cannot sit in this disappointment energy anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the 5 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, because that's the energy that I'm getting for you. It's like I've got to focus on my work right now. It's like Halsey, right? Again, another Libra. If I can't have love, I want power. You're like, if I can't have love, I want money. I want success in business. It's like, do you know what? Cups are on the shelf for now. I'm going to go and work on my Pentacles, is how it's coming through. So I don't know if that feels relevant to you or not. I'm going to pull some cards and we're going to see what the cards have to say for you. So Sagittarius. I don't know when this reading's going up. I don't know if it'll have been the 7th and the 8th. I can't math. Right, I'm not going to take more than one card because the readings have been getting a bit long, but you've got transformation and pressure, comfort and hearth, and silence and snow. So yeah, absolutely. Some of you could be doing some kind of home makeover, transforming your house, right? And then silence as well. As I was saying, it's there's secrets here, secrets around the family home, secrets about some kind of change of home, something like that. Okay, one card please. We're going for Sagittarius. Too many cards. Right, I'm not even going to look. One card please for Sagittarius. One card please for Sagittarius. One card. So this could be you drawing boundaries, right? Not letting people, you know, get more than they've promised from you. No, more than you've promised from you. There you go, that's your energy with the horses there. Motion and air, 2 and 2 could definitely be some kind of partnership on the cards, and could definitely be something to do with your stability, your foundations. 2s are about partnership, and 2 and 2 equals 4. 4s are about stability, foundations. So pretty much what I was talking about. I do feel like this is your energy. It's like there's movement here, there is emotion behind it. I feel like you could be feeling a little bit numb, or have been feeling a little bit numb, but here comes the that Sagittarian drive, like back into action. So you may have spent some time recovering from whatever's happened, and this is kind of like you coming back full force. You know, there's emotion behind it. So it feels like also kind of like transforming negative emotions into something productive. So that's really, really good. Joy in music may be really helpful to you at this time. I was going to say actually about that Elton John song, if you are feeling a little bit down, and I was feeling a little bit weepy this morning, I'm not going to lie. And when I was listening to that song, I was bopping, and it changed my energy, it changed my mood. So talking about transformation, you know, you can change your mood, perhaps depending on like the music you listen to. It really, really helps me. If there's a song that's really, you know, one of those songs that I can't help but dance to, it really helps to pick up my mood. So music's really helpful. But then if you get the sad songs like Charlotte Lawrence and Slow Motion, it gets you back in your feelings. So maybe just be careful about what music you're using, listening to, and choose music that brings you joy. Perhaps you are a musician, but it feels more like this is bringing out your energy, right? It's bringing out, there's transformation and pressure again. It's like the music's bringing something out of you, I want to say, and it's bringing this, it's almost like it's bringing this out of you, like it turns into this movement. So it may be that something in a song inspires you, it gives you an idea, it just gives you energy. A week on Wednesday, I do these readings in advance at the moment. Sagittarius energy, please. That one? No? Okay. Oh, the Watcher, Snow Leopard. Yeah, this is feeling your energy. Getting determined again, getting passionate and forceful. We also have a 10 here, 2 and 8, and 1's 5 is 6. So, yeah, definitely some sort of change, some sort of transformation of a situation, something coming into balance that was out of balance before. I do feel like there's other people involved. This is kind of looking like the 3 of Pentacles to me today. The Watcher, Snow Leopard. I'm hearing driven forward. Something's being driven forward. Cycles hair. So this kind of gives me Empress energy. An opportunity for something to grow. An opportunity for abundance. No, this doesn't feel like you. This feels like somebody watching you. This feels more like you. I mean, switch it around if needs be, but there's this card always looks to me, I'm just going to check you can actually see it properly. This card always looks to me like like the Empress, it's somebody who's nurturing, somebody who's soft and gentle. They put time into things. There's a lot of opportunity and growth with this person. Again, it's another number 4, stability foundation. So this could be somebody, it could be you or somebody that you share your home with, or you share some kind of foundation with. Very, very gentle. It always seems to me like this is the person that people run to when there's drama or conflict. It's like this is the safe space. So, and then underneath that, the meerkat, and this person's, so it's like taking the white rabbits who need direction and guidance and giving them direction and guidance. You know, this is who you are, this is your character, this is what you're meant to be. Could be painting, you could be making models out of clay or plaster and, you know, painting the models. Somebody could do that. Feels divinely guided. So it feels like you're the one, you're kind of just doing you. Let me pull more cards and we'll see what else I get, because I'm starting to get something here. I'm just curious to see the placement of these two. So I'm not going to take them all, but resilience, nourishment, peace. This is what I'm starting to feel here. Peace and beauty. Okay, just briefly, I'm going to put them back, but I'm kind of getting, this could all be your energy. I'm just going to disregard these two for a moment, but this is kind of what I was picking up on for you. It's almost like you've created kind of a sacred space for yourself in some sort of way. Now, it just could be like a room in your house, or a certain area of your house where perhaps you do something creative with this beauty card. Again, it's kind of like talking to me about like painting, or it feels like, you know, maybe you've just kind of like tidied up your space, tidied up your house, painted walls. Maybe you've, you know, decorated your bathroom, put some flowers in there, put some candles in there, burnt some incense. It's like you've created kind of a bit of a, you know, playing nice music as well. It's kind of like this safe Zen area. It could be for some of you, I'm getting kind of like in your garden, so among the trees and the flowers. You know, there could be a specific place in your garden, or a specific place out in the woods where you feel very connected, you feel very peaceful, and you know, there's a lot of nature around you. And it's almost like, because you're so, can you see she's kind of got her eyes closed and she's meditating there, and here as well. So it's kind of like in that space you feel very connected to your own spirit, and you find it very, very peaceful. And because of that, because your kind of soul is at peace in that place, you know, nature feels very comfortable with you. You're approachable. You know, you're no threat. You're approachable. So I feel like this is somebody watching you. Now, it doesn't feel like they're going to prey on you in terms of like this is a predator. It more feels like this is spirit, or this is, I'm hearing tame the untamable. So it's almost like in this place you are, you're just sat there meditating, you know, butterflies landed on your knee, there's a rabbit next to you just, you know, eating the grass, you know, everything's perfectly fine and harmonious. And there's this creature that's watching you. It's like, well, hang on, why do those animals feel safe? It's like this person is looking at you saying that, well, that's a predator. Sagittarius is a predator. They're an apex predator. They're a human. The rabbits and things aren't supposed to go up to them. Why are they going up to them? And then it's almost like, in a weird way, it's like taming them, because you're showing them a different way of being, I want to say. Sort of like Beauty and the Beast, you know, that scene where they're in the snow and he's there with all the birds on him. It's like, so it's like this snow leopard wants to approach you. Now, I don't think it's an animal. I think it's a person. I think this is a metaphor. It's like this person's always been a bit of a fighter. They've always seen themselves as a little bit alone. Perhaps they've even seen you as somebody to compete with. And then it's all of a sudden they're seeing you in a different light. So to take this into a different scenario that's more down to earth, it could be something like, you know, you work in a competitive environment. You know, you know, on the business side of you is more more of this energy. It's more passion, it's more pushing, it's there's action there, there's, you know, this isn't where you're at peace. So it's like taking you from a situation where you're very, very active, you're very passionate, you're very competitive in a good way, right? You're driven, and this is somebody who's perhaps been competing for a job, or, you know, competing for a leadership position, or you know, they've always seen you as being like them in this environment. And then say you have like a garden party, it could be some kind of garden party, or you know, like a work trip, and all of a sudden you're in a different setting, you're in nature, and there's children running around, and it's like they see that maternal side of you, they see the gentle side of you, and they see these small children or animals approaching you, or even like just like people who would normally be who'd normally stay away because you're intimidating, you're both intimidating, right, in this other environment. And then all of a sudden they see this side of you that's very, very gentle, and they think, oh, I could be gentle too. You know, I've always thought that we were competitors, but actually I could approach Sagittarius and maybe I could lie down in the grass next to them. And then so in their head they're seeing a different side of you, I want to say. I'm going to keep those cards out. Anything else for Sagittarius, please? Anything else for Sagittarius? Or anything else for this snow leopard? Okay, we've also got new beginnings, new moon beginnings, and trust. And power there on the bottom. And balance. I've got a lot of cards here now. Right. I feel like you're the balance, right? So I'm just going to take power. Or there's a balance of power, perhaps. There's a balance of power now between you where, oh, I see. Oh, gosh, we've got another one there as well, assessing. So again, this watcher, it's like watching you, assessing you, understanding the state of your relationship, I want to say. Are they friend or foe? You know, kind of thing. It's like a little bit of both. So it's coming from, I feel like you maybe are not aware of this as well. It's almost like this person where, and it doesn't have to be like work where you're both competing for the same job, you're both competing for power. It could just be like, you know, a power play dynamic between you. So again, if it is a romantic relationship, it's always been one of those kind of like, kind of fiery ones where you're always trying to get the upper hand over each other. And now it's like, I feel like this person's thinking, oh, it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way with Sagittarius. I don't have to fight to control this relationship. I don't have to fight for all the power. I don't have to always get the upper hand. We can share the power. We can have a different phase of this relationship is how that's coming through for me. So this is a new beginning in this situation where you're going forward with a more equal footing. It does require trust though, because whatever this was before, there was this competitive, it's kind of coming through as like 5 of Wands energy, this competition between you, and 7 of Wands as well, of trying to get the upper hand. And then, sorry, they're showing like different cards from the tarot, and then like the 5 of Swords, which is like, I have to be the one with the right opinion. I have to, you know, like verbal conflict and stuff as well, like winning at all costs. It's like, I have to win this argument, I have to get this job, I have to beat this other person, this competitive energy between you. Yeah, so if you're moving forward into a new phase of this relationship, a maturing of this relationship, then it is going to require trust. It is going to require you to find the balance and share power and trust that other person with the power, you know, that they're not going to stab you in the back or anything like that. So interesting reading so far. What do I want to read? Because I don't want to read all of these. I want to read the snow leopard. I want to find out more about this person, because I don't think it is you. It could be. Again, switch it around if needs be. But it feels like it could even have like a bit of a fiery sexual attraction as well with this person. You know, you fire off each other, you bounce off each other. The Watcher, take the high road. Again, talking about the 7 of Wands. Take the high road. Do not sink to the level of low vibration. Observe the situation closely before acting. Being silent is an option. Ethics is the #1 concern. It's best not to continually draw attention to yourself just for the sake of filling up your ego. A little mystery is a good thing. Okay, tell me about the snow leopard. Tell me about the snow leopard. Who is the snow leopard? The Emperor, yeah. There you go. Hangman as well. They're seeing you from a different perspective. There is some kind of tie up here, hold up. There's some kind of something that's keeping this person a little bit stuck, but in doing that, it's forcing them to see the situation from a different perspective. The Emperor, the Star, the Two of Fire, right? The snow leopard is, it could be a boss, it could be a father, it could be the divine masculine, you know, your perfect person, somebody that you've got up on a pedestal. It could be an Aries, could be a Taurus, doesn't have to be. It could also be a Leo. This specific card is a lion. So doesn't have to be any of those signs. You've also got a number 4, so you could very well share a setting with this person, like a family home or a workplace, something like that. This is somebody that you deal with in some sort of way, I want to say. They could be your boss. The Emperor is a person who, it doesn't have to be a man, by the way, he, she, they, however it resonates as always, unless I specifically specify. The Emperor is somebody who is, they've worked really hard to get the power that they've got. They have gone through the experience of being all 4 suits of the tarot. I say that the Emperor is all 4 kings of the tarot. They're kind of like the full package, or somebody sees them this way. Maybe they see themselves this way with the whole ego thing. Yeah, I'm getting that this person sees themselves as a bit of an emperor, which is fine. It's good. It's good to have ambition. That's not a bad thing. This person's in the upright. The Emperor has a lot of responsibilities. They tend to manage a team or manage a family. There's people who are dependent on the Emperor. The Emperor is the leader in some sort of situation. So again, does have a certain amount of power or control with power here. And I feel like you've been a challenge to that. And that's probably quite healthy for this person as well, especially in terms of their own ego, you know, keeping their feet on the ground by being challenged by somebody. So they may have a certain amount of status as well with the Star card here. They may be in the spotlight in some kind of way. They may have quite a lot of renown. They may be very well known. Could even be famous to some extent. They could just be well known for what they do, well known in the community, well known in the family. They've probably got a lot of respect, a lot of eyes on them. The Star card also talks about hopes and dreams and wishes, and things that this person desires. And it also talks about healing. So this Emperor could be healing from something, or the situation with this person is being healed. The Two of Fire tells me that there's some kind of decision that needs to be made. Are you going to go left? Are you going to go right? This person is trying to make a decision. I feel like they could be making a decision about you. Are we going to continue to fight? Are we going to trust each other here and progress forward? Tell me about the Two of Fire. What are the choices? What is this decision that the Emperor is making? What is this decision that the Emperor is making? I should say the giraffe gives me Aquarian energy, and the Star is also Aquarius. The decision that this Emperor is making is in regards to possibly finances or work, and perhaps this Emperor is building a team, and perhaps they are deciding if they want you on their team or not. The Ten of Earth is shared responsibility, shared finances, shared material assets, a shared home, a shared business. It's wealth and tangible things shared with other people. It's a very, very positive card. It normally means there's a lot of abundance. There's enough for everybody. But it does have a bit of a teamwork aspect to it as well. They're giving me, I want you on my team, so does everybody else, which is Nelly Furtado and Timberland. This person, they do, as I say, the Emperor is all 4 kings of the tarot. They have very deep love. They have deep emotions here. They may not always express them. It may not always be appropriate to, but this person is very caring and very nurturing. They do have that softer side, which I think matches the softer side that they're now seeing in you. Okay, let's pop those cards away. I'm just going to flip that around as well, so those 2 cards are not together anymore. And give it a quick shuffle. What else do I want to ask about then? Let's ask about a do feel like you're quite good doing what you're doing. Just be wary of repeating cycles. If you've been in a cycle with this person, especially if there's been a bit of a combative cycle, let's ask about the cycle actually. Let me not presume. They do keep showing me the Five of Wands. Follow the cycles of nature and you will rarely be disappointed. As energy travels in cycles, seek balance. There is a time and season for everything. Plants cannot blossom all the time, so be patient. Again, the Emperor was shown with the Hangman energy. Again, Aquarian energy, a lot of Aquarius there. Of being quite tied up with something. So they could be tied up with work at the moment. They could be sorting something out. You know, maybe they're quiet because they're so focused on whatever it is they're doing, and you're kind of sat there waiting patiently. What you don't understand is that, you know, the Emperor is also in hold up energy. I want to say, continue to be patient, continue to be balanced, continue to bring beauty into your own world while you wait for whatever this decision is that the Emperor is making. You know, have that space of quiet. I want to ask though about, because you don't want to repeat this old cycle with this person, because then you're not going to have any progress. You have to transform the situation to have the progress, to have the new beginning. So tell me, what should Sagittarius avoid from the old cycle? The Eight of Air is a card about being trapped, and the Moon is a card about secrets and things that are hidden. It's also a card about illusion and fears. So I feel for some of you, there could be some sort of illusion about you being trapped. You know, you may see yourself as trapped when actually perhaps not, because the Sun card here is a card about freedom. It's also brings things to light. Things that are hidden come to light. So the Page of Air is also kind of a watching energy. So just be wary that you're not kind of stalking social media or constantly checking the work, like message boards and things, that, you know, checking for information, checking for messages. Don't get a little bit obsessive about gathering information. It may also be telling you to wait for information. Information will be coming. You will be able to gather information or receive information when things are revealed. This is kind of like secrets being revealed. So I feel like I kind of want to put it like this as well. You can see here, again, it could be like secret messages or something like this. It could be that you're on, what's on the underlying there? A Page of Earth. It could be that you're on the other side of the world from this person. I was wondering if that was going to be the World card. You know, when the sun shines on you, it's nighttime for that person, and vice versa. But you can see here, this person above is sending messages down to the person below. So I feel like there is some kind of secret communication, or communication will be coming. It's saying that this is the old cycle though, so don't get trapped in your fears. Information is coming, I want to kind of say from that. You know, you're not trapped. You know, don't perceive yourself as trapped when you're actually free. And also, don't get trapped in your own head. Don't get trapped by, it's almost like you don't, when you're trying to find out information, it gets more confusing for you. You know, you're trying to piece things together with that Page of Air. So it's like you're trying to piece together information, and perhaps your mind is filling in the gaps with that Moon card. So you don't have the whole story. So there's a lot of fear filling in those gaps, or, you know, it's just like you've got kind of like a slanted view of what's really happening, which may be bringing in the fear and keeping you feeling trapped, when actually I think if you had the full information, perhaps it's talking about communication between you would see much more clearly, and you'd feel like there was movement. I want to say there is movement, you just, it's unknown to you. It's like you're getting a sense of some kind of movement, but it's not clear to you. It's not, it's almost like a rustle in the wind, right? Or, you know, in Jurassic Park, they show me, you know, Jurassic Park, where the dinosaurs come in and the water's shaking. I don't think it's anything scary, but it's almost like your intuition, or, you know, picking up on subtle things that people are saying around the office, or, you know, weird, just weird comments and things like that, and you're like, there's something going on, I can't quite piece it together. Don't get stuck in your own head. Don't fill in the gaps with your imagination. Wait for clarity. Whew, okay. I want to read Beauty and Trust, I think, here. 20. Because I feel like this is what you're doing. You're just focusing on your own work right now. I've been watching the new Cinderella this morning a little bit as well, and it's that kind of thing, you know, she's not really looking for love in that version. She's looking for, she wants to run her own business. She was making these beautiful dresses. So she's bringing beauty into the world through her creation. So again, you could be a musician, but I feel like there's something that you're creating that's adding beauty to the world. You know, you're focusing on your work. Beauty is like a medicine. It can heal even the most broken spirits. Beauty is everywhere in nature. Just look. Beauty comes in many forms and we can choose to find it. I love how I look. Rid yourself of clutter and what you find disagreeable. I see beauty everywhere and it raises my vibration. So I don't know if this is you or this is you. Flip it and reverse it as needs be. I am picking up quite a bit of Libra energy here, or even Taurus energy, Empress energy here. Funny, this is the Emperor and this is showing me as the Empress. Libra tends to be a sign associated with making things beautiful or seeing the beauty in things that aren't beautiful. You can talk about my table here. It's definitely, you know, some people may look at the table and say, you know, it needs sanding down, it needs polishing. To me, I like the watermarks, I like the scruffiness of it. To me, that is beautiful. So finding beauty in things that, perhaps pointing out the beauty in things that somebody else has never seen the beauty in before. Again, a little bit like that Beauty and the Beast scene. You know, she's pointing out how wonderful like nature is. He's never experienced that. Okay, Egg, Moon and Trust. I feel like it's taken a lot for this person to trust you. It's really funny. It's almost like, you know, there's kind of people who have always had to fight for everything they've got. Like, all the relationships have always been competitive. You know, the parents told them, you know, it's a dog eat dog world. You've got to, you know, if you don't win, you lose. That kind of attitude. So this person could come from their own life experiences of always having to have the upper hand, always having to win, a very competitive nature. And it's almost like you're showing them you don't have to be competitive. You know, we can enjoy life together is what I want to say. You know, you can enjoy the experience. And so I do feel like this is on there, and again, this could be you. It's like opening up to trust, opening up to trusting that this person's not going to stab you in the back and take your job. That kind of thing is how it's going to kind of feeling. Trust yourself as well. Develop self-trust and joy will follow. And here's joy. It's like cyclical, like this is the beginning and this is the end, and then cycles, and then, you know, here it says develop self-trust and joy will follow, and here's joy. You can rely on your own capabilities. Begin to plan carefully for the future. It is the beginning, and I trust myself in all things. I'm going to read all of this card. Apart from the trust we might develop spiritually with our higher power, self-trust is the basis of all other trust. Self-trust is a surety that we can rely upon ourselves, that our decisions are valid, that we ourselves matter, that knowing ourselves combined with trusting ourselves leads to better, more informed decisions about all aspects of life, including career and relationships. Again, maybe this is the sort of person who, you know, they've never really looked inside for the answers. It's always been like, what does my advisor say? What do my family say? And then all of a sudden, perhaps they see how confident you are in your opinions, Sagittarius, because you do tend to be quite, again, depending on your full chart and all the different positions, you do tend to be quite honest, abrupt, straightforward. This is my decision and it's the right one for me. You know, and perhaps this person's learning from you. I do feel like they're learning from you. Again, the Emperor is not the Empress. The Emperor is the masculine energy. Again, flip it and reverse it if needs be, but in tarot terms, it's the energy that pushes, it's the energy that takes action, it's the energy that drives forward. You know, they've got to be quite stern, they've got to be the leader, they've got to be the best. So the Empress energy is associated more, and the Queens as well are associated more with being quite open, nurturing those around them, being supportive, you know, being happy to take a step back and let other people shine. So it's a more passive energy, where the Emperor is a more active energy. So again, you could be either one. So we're not full. As I say, the Emperor is all four kings of the tarot, but we're not complete until we get that whole yin yang thing going. So we have to be the Emperor and the Empress and have both of those energies to be spiritually whole. So they're watching you, and you're showing them a different way to be. You're showing them a softer side, you know, that you don't have to be, you know, sometimes if you're too competitive, it can actually push people away, where a true leader supports the people around them, and they're given the leadership because they are trusted, because they're seen to deserve it, because they're so supportive of everybody else. So a different way of climbing to the top, you know, between the Emperor and the Empress. And yeah, there's a softer side that you're showing this person, that they're allowed to be soft. They're allowed to show the softer side. They're allowed to open their heart. But within that as well, they can also trust themselves. Self-trust is more than a flashy show of confidence. What did I say about the ego of that person? Self-trust is far more than a flashy show of confidence. It is deeper and farther reaching than that. It is a security at the very core that no matter what, our wisdom matters, and it is best. It allows for flow and for faith in oneself and the way you do things, moving and choosing in the world. Self-trust is a full acceptance of self. And accepting of oneself becomes easier, thus self-trust will begin to shine. This gives great momentum to anything we choose to tackle or do. Our ancestors saw spring, the great thawing, as a new beginning. They would walk the marshes and plains and find newly laid eggs. For more than just a symbol of fertility and new hope, the eggs meant that the worst of the cold was over, and a new life really was here. We've got these beginnings. The egg moon was a time of celebration and rejoicing. So yeah, there is a new cycle. There's definitely a new cycle beginning. There's something probably falling away, perhaps an old way of doing something at work, or, you know, old procedures to make way for new innovative procedures. You are ruled by Jupiter. So Jupiter's currently in Aquarius, which is all about innovation, thinking of the greater good, especially technology as well. So definitely something here, a new beginning, a new way of doing things. A new way of sharing power, and it's almost like you don't have to be the best. When you really develop that inner confidence, the ego drops, and you don't have to have the awards and the pundits and you know, that star energy that came with the Emperor. You don't have to have everybody cheering you on, because you can sit there at the end of the day. You could have done really good work, and you sit there with your coffee and be like, do you know what? I'm really proud of the work I've done today. I'm a good person. I've done a good job, and I'm pleased with myself. And you don't need everybody, you know, you don't need the fame and glory, because I think the people who seek fame and glory are trying to fill in a hole inside themselves that they haven't filled themselves. You know, there's something missing there that they're trying to fill from outside recognition. So I think you're teaching this person humility and inner trust, and humility. They don't have to always be the loudest, brightest person in the room. They can cheer other people on when they do well. Tell me about trust. Tell me about trust. Tell me about trust. Oh, this feels like you know, when people fall back and somebody catches them. Somebody has a lot of fears about things not working out. This is why they have to trust, because the head's telling them it's not going to work out, you're going to lose money, you're going to be out in the cold, you're going to be disappointed here, things are going to go wrong. The Nine of Air is all about fears. But this is almost like staying balanced, staying centered, having that inner trust, that inner equilibrium when there's chaos around you, when your fears are trying to knock you down. This is standing strong in the face of your own fears and trusting your own inner light, trusting your own inner path. That the universe is going to catch you when you fall, if you fall. When I do yoga, there's a nice thing that I do yoga with Adrienne on YouTube, and sometimes she says, don't worry, you know, when you're doing balancing exercises, don't worry if you stumble. Don't worry if you fall. The earth is there to catch you. I really like that. I've gone really warm up my back. Beauty. Tell me about Sagittarius and beauty and peace. The Emperor. So yeah, developing a what are they trying to give me here? This something aesthetic. Developing a what is the word that I'm trying to get? It's coming through a sensitive aesthetic, but it doesn't mean, that's not what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to, I know what they want me to say. I can't get the words to say what they're trying to say. I heard aesthetic, but it's like a more delicate, like a more refined appreciation for delicate things. Yeah, the Emperor's taste is getting more refined. I feel like this is somebody who is bold and brashy, bold and brashy, bold and brash, bashy. I don't know what that word is. In the past, where they were kind of like everything was like big and loud. Where now that Venus energy, again, Venus is coming into your chart, so this could be what it is. On the 8th of October, Venus comes into Sagittarius in the Western zodiac system. So appreciating the finer details, the more subtle, the way subtle colours work together, rather than painting your room red, white and blue. It's like maybe it's a little bit more like a dusty rose and a cream, it's a little bit more refined, I want to say. And this Emperor, I feel, is understanding that and appreciating it. They're showing me the scene in I don't quite know how it fits, but they're showing me the scene in Pretty Woman where they're on the grass and they're reading Shakespeare. I think it's Shakespeare. And he gets up and he's walking in the grass, and he's walking in bare feet in the grass, in the dewy, and it's like, it's almost like he'd forgotten the beauty of nature. He'd forgotten how to connect with nature because he'd been in such a competitive business environment. So again, this could be, wife and husband, and the wife is like, come spend some time with me, take a week off, let's go and have a picnic in the park. But yeah, it's a refinement of this person's character. It's a new appreciation for the feminine, I want to say. Really nice. Temptation. There's the Devil, Queen of Fire and Ace of Water. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I think we'll save that for next time. They're giving me, might as well face it, I'm addicted to love. I can't eat, I can't sleep, there's no doubt I'm in deep. Yeah, I think this person's quite taken with you, Sagittarius, or vice versa. So addicted to love, I'm just going to make a note of that. Addicted to love. I don't think that's you, I think that's them. I can't remember the name of the guy who sings that. All right, I will look that up. All the songs that come through and your what you need to hear the most and your advice song will all be in that description box down below. So go and check those out at the end of the reading. I've got a few more cards to pull for you. I'm going to get you some advice from the fairies, some advice from the dragons, and then we're going to get you a crystal that may help you. So Libra got a bloodstone, so I've been looking on Amazon for like a bloodstone necklace or something like that. I don't have bloodstone. Maybe I'd need to get some bloodstone. Maybe the book's right. Okay, let's see. Lovely, lovely, lovely Libras. Sexy Libras. You're not Libras. Why am I saying Libras? Because there's so much Libra here. I'm so sorry, Sagittarius. Maybe you've got the hots for a Libra. Now they're giving me, I got the hots for you. Da, 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 da. I got the hots for you. Da, da, da. Yeah, okay. There you go, moon energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. Again, you've got this 3 times now. You had this here with cycles about, I was getting autumn, some things fall away, allow the leaves to fall, allow what doesn't serve you to fall from your life. It's a time of autumn right now. Again, depending on which hemisphere you're in, right? Because over here it was talking about spring and a time of new beginnings. So here, again, you've got it for a 3rd time. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, moon card, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Go outside. Let's go outside. You're getting a lot of songs all of a sudden. It's time to go outside, tune into the powerful peace of nature, wherever you are, and feel at one with your habitat. So what did you have? Outside by George Michael. Just kind of making some notes. Outside and Hots for You. You might be able to hear my daughter. She's a Sagittarius. She's off school today. She's a bit fluey, a bit achy, and she's not the sort to say that she's poorly if she's not. So she's downstairs watching TV. She's singing music. Okay, Father Time and Gaia. Again with this earth energy, earth goddess. Perhaps you are a bit of an earth goddess. I know my daughter really, really loves to be out in the woods and in nature, and yeah, she's a bit of a earth baby herself. She loves animals as well. Been carrying the cat around this morning. She looks so funny. She had her kind of like so she was holding her like this, and the cat's paws were up here, and she was holding its bum like this, so the poor cat's belly was all exposed. And again, that is not again, she's just, the cat just lets her be like this. She's got this natural affinity with her. The cat, when we first got her, was a bit of a fighter cat, and again, like Taming the Beast, right? The cat had a bit of a bad life. She's got like a little stumpy tail and things like this, and you know, she'd been through a few things. So when we got her, we inherited her. You know, we were told, you know, be careful around the kids. You know, she doesn't like to be picked up. She's, you know, she's not an affectionate cat, and you know, she'll just let my daughter carry her around, and you know, she's just so soft with her, so soft. And she's, you know, she'll let her bear, you know, bear a tummy and touch her tummy and things like this, which, you know, is a huge symbol of trust. So there could be something in that for you. Again, this is shown as a cat. Father Time is probably as old as the universe itself. This commanding, I am recording, aren't I? So sorry. This commanding wise old dragon will aid you to still the constant chatter of your mind and just be. His presence supports our grounding and brings focus to the moment. His aim is that we let go of linear time, for it is a man-made concept. It's funny, all this stuff about time and seasons. His energy helps us to enter the void, which is particularly useful during meditation. His message today is, now this moment in time is a gift, which is why it's called the present. Allow all time to stop and break your habit of clock chasing. I feel like this is to this person. Break your habit of clock chasing, because in reality there is only now. Right, I didn't say it at the beginning. I've got this little, it's a note from another reading. It's like it's in reference to some art. It's like two clocks that are stopped at the same time or something like that. And I was looking at this little note that was just lying around next to me and thinking about clocks and thinking about time. And I was kind of imagining creating myself a deck of cards with different times on, like different clocks with different times on. And I was just kind of entertaining the idea. And then it's so funny that now it's talking about clock chasing in this reading. In reality, there is only now. Let yourself sink in a little deeper into the abyss of quiet stillness and let go. The man-made concept of linear time is illusionary. It only serves to fuel the doubts in your life. I am here to guide you to a more tranquil way of being, to be fully present in the moment. He goes on to say, the stresses of your existence are often due to your preoccupation with time. Find your point of center, breathe and let it go. Whether these anxieties are from a lack of time or a feeling of not being good enough. In whose eyes? In your own eyes? Because you should only ever strive to be good enough in your own eyes, not in the eyes of others. Nothing is gained by being fretful. Stop setting yourself unrealistic timescales and such high expectations you can achieve without making it so difficult for yourself. You, as human doings, fail to see that much of your stress is unconscious and is as natural to you as breathing. Recognize this and release it. So release the stress. With this quietness of mind, Father Time aids you in finding clarity in all life situations and helps you to see the bigger picture, allowing you to reach a new level of understanding. That was giving me Stop the Clocks, It's Amazing. The way the light dances off your hair. It's Ed Sheeran, Stop the Clocks. Ed. A million colours. While we're sharing, because it's come up, I didn't do a reading on it, but I had a dream where there was a man and two women, And this man was playing songs on Spotify, and he was like, I'm going to dedicate a song to you. Now, one of the women had blonde hair, and one of the women had very, very dark brown hair, like almost black hair. And he said, I'm going to dedicate a song to you. This is how I feel about you, kind of thing. And randomized a song for the woman with dark hair. And it was that song. So he says, the way the light dances off your hair, a million colours of auburn, hazel and red. But it was like the awkwardness that this girl didn't have. It was like a very, like a flat, almost black colour, and it was like, that song is not for that person. So then the man got really, really flustered, and then he was trying to randomise the song for the other girl, and I think he went through about 3, and it was like he was flustered, he couldn't get the right song. So for some reason, my technique of randomising songs for readings, and it's always spot on, at least like to me, it always just seems to be so relevant, didn't work for this other person. So there's something there about again, he was randomizing the song to say, this is the song that for you, this is how I feel about you, but the songs weren't coming out right. So it's almost like, don't randomize, it has to come from within, something like that. I'm not quite sure. I think I did a reading on it, but I can't remember what the reading said now at this point. Right, crystal book, where is it? Where is my crystal book? Because I need to get you. This is how prepared I am. There it is. So we're going to get you a crystal. So if you're interested in getting yourself a crystal, maybe to help you through this time, if this feels like you're reading, I've got this Crystal Bible by Judy Hall. It's a bit scruffy. I've had it for a number of years, so bear with me. I'm going to shut my eyes. I'm going to randomize a page for you. Sugi light. Looks quite pretty though. Purple, violet and pink. Reminded me of the song again. The way the light dances off your hair. Purple, violet and pink. Maybe you've got purple, violet, pink hair. Appearance, opaque, lightly banded or rarely translucent. All sizes often tumbled. Available from specialist stores, and it's from Japan and South Africa. Sugilite is one of the major love stones, bringing the purple ray energy to Earth. It represents spiritual love and wisdom, and opens all the chakras to the flow of that love, bringing them into alignment. What did we say about bringing balance to this dynamic? Sugilite inspires spiritual awareness and promotes channeling ability. It teaches you how to live from your truth and reminds the soul of its reasons for incarnating. It also says it helps with things about past lives, spiritual quests, protecting the soul from shocks and trauma and disappointments, aiding forgiveness and eliminating hostility. It's beneficial for misfits of any kind, Sagittarius. That's all I'm going to say. And it says where to put it, like the position you should put it in as appropriate, especially over the heart and the lymph glands. Hold to the forehead for headaches. Place on the third eye to alleviate despair. So I hope that is helpful to you in some sort of way, Sag. You've got a bit of a longer reading. I was trying to do a quick reading. It never happens. All right, do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Best of luck with that. Please leave me a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. Leave me a comment if anything particularly resonated. I love to read them. I don't always respond, but I do always read all of them. And yeah, share with friends. It really helps out the channel if you think this is the story of somebody that you know who needs to hear it. And yeah, at the end of the day, take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.